the professional attitude each one of them brought to it. I mean, with such different personalities, each one of them had the same professional's ethic about everything.
And as experienced as they are, it was the first time they played together.
Yeah.
And we have it recorded.
Yes, and they went to a great deal of trouble to get there too. Two of them came from Boston, and one of them came from St. Louis. It's like
she's sort of based, I think, in Massachusetts with her partner, but she's been in St. Louis working on other projects for a while now.
Yeah, so she actually had to fly in from St. Louis.
Halfway across the country.
It's like, wow. And this was just great. And,
I was so impressed with that. It was.
Yeah, and they. Do
you remember what the ARPCO stands for?
Pardon?
No.
Ooh, got an email for it.
Good. But it was great. It was great fun. Nearly shook my house down.
Because we definitely want to thank her employer for sponsoring her plane ticket to get here.
Yes.
Yeah, AR Proco. The website is www.arproco.com.
And they're
AR Productions.
Yep.
Right.
And they're a professional lighting and staging and sound company. If you have any events that you need staging and lighting for, they can do everything you can imagine.
They are updating the site. It will be updated soon.
Yeah.
But when we air these programs, we will have all the websites listed on the and I have them from both Penny and from Erica. So.
Yeah. So it was great, and it really was. We had a lot of great footage. We've got many hours of footage, interviews and playing, and really good band.
They performed 2 songs for us.
Yeah, which
and you all will get to see them as soon as we get them put together.
Yes, we are in the process of editing all this stuff together.
A number of takes. I mean, it was, and that was telling because they wanted to do it perfect. And Erica said, I remember it just stands out.
Yeah, the first take was almost perfect, but Erica
she said,
knew she
I missed it
up.
Oh, but I missed it bad.
Yeah.
And so they did that one again.
Yeah, and that was hilarious because Leslie Ann called for a sound check, and then they just kept playing the entire song.
Yeah. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Including, I might add, a jam session, a very long, unscripted jam session between the bassist and the drummer, or with the bassist and drummer.
It was cool. It was great. And we're going to get that on for you guys soon.
Very exciting.
But it was really neat, and probably the neatest thing that's happened in my house ever. And interestingly, it disturbed my ghosts.
Yes,
it did.
It did. We've talked a bit before about told ghost stories and stuff. And I have
New Year's show.
And I have 2 ghosts that live in my house, and one shadow figure that lives outside. And we had the band there all day playing, and it was a lot of people in the house and a lot of activity and a lot of sound. And after it was all over Sunday night, it was the early wee hours of the morning Monday, and I have witness to this. Tara was there.
Between 3 and 5.
Yeah, the ghosts started stomping around the house.
Stomping around the house.
It was like...
We woke the dead.
Pretty much, yeah. We did, yeah. So they're stomping, or it was like, oh God, they're stomping, and you pointed out, it seemed like they were pouting.
Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like, is somebody was intentionally going around the house, walking really hard, closing doors really hard, just sort of making a ruckus, pouting.
It's like you disturbed me now, and you're not going to get to sleep. I'm sorry. So they have since gotten over it. They're calmed down. But that first night, it was very. Because
I mean, I've heard your stairs before, and it sounds like someone's just running down the stairs, and then it's over. This was thud, 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 thud.
Yeah, and it was back and forth in the living room and around the dining room and stuff. And it was like, okay, come on, I know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, it's only a one-time deal. It won't happen again. It's like, but yes, we woke the dead. It's so cool.
My ghosts weren't weren't upset. Erica sensed them. She
Yeah.
sensed 3, but she's a witch and
Yeah.
she's sensitive to these sorts of things. We didn't upset them. My house has never felt so empty as it has when they left.
Wow.
There was a house full of people, and then it was just still and quiet.
And we should say that they stayed with you for the weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
I had all my bedrooms full.
Maybe it's possible that it wasn't so much that the ghosts were disturbed by it as they were enjoying it and dancing. I don't know.
There you go.
Sure.
Sure.
But they've since calmed down. But it was very interesting. I didn't notice anything when everybody was there, but it was the following early hours of the morning and the following day. It was like
Well, the caveat is we need to find out. They had one monitor speaker that was bottoming out, and they thought it was a bad cable. And I'm curious to find out if it's still having problems.
Well,
so it's interesting.
and I may not have upset our ghosts because the house was so full of positive energy that whole weekend. It was just glowing.
And
Yeah.
I don't think they were really terribly upset by it. It was just more sort of disturbing the normal pattern of things. You know,
Right.
there was all kinds of furniture stuffed into places it wasn't normally in order to make room for the stage. You know, there was all this, the whole day there was all this electrical energy around. There was all of this noise, all these people that.
Yeah, and you have to also realize that one of my ghosts is a child,
Right.
as very young, and so it may have been too much.
Yeah.
We overstimulated the child.
And the child let us know.
Yes, so it's sort of like okay, but everything's kind. But I thought that was really amusing that we actually disturbed the ghosts with so much going on. It was like, but it was so cool, and great time. I had a great time. Everybody had a great time. We got a bunch of film, and as soon as we can edit this all together, which takes it's a long process.
Right.
the
Yeah,
editing.
But we got good, at least 3, maybe 4 episodes through if we.
I was actually thinking about that. We probably could and should splice together a sort of a band show from the individual footage we've got.
Right. Maybe Yeah, I
Because
tempting
each,
to say outtakes, but that's not really true. Just
No.
candid sorts of
Yeah.
of shots, and we might be even able to film some sections where we subsequently where we lead into some of these.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will be.
I mean, we've got a solid show interviewing each of the band members.
Right.
But I think we can put together a composite show as well.
Yes, and that's certainly what we're going to do. And we'll have to probably do some lead-in, lead-out work.
Yeah.
But it's going to be great. Anyway, we're going to get that on for you soon. And it's going to be really very, very cool.
And we're harping on it because it was an awesome experience.
It
Oh,
really
my
was, and
goodness.
it was great. And,
Yeah.
and thank you so much to the band members, Leslie Ann.
Yep.
It was very, very cool.
Leslie Ann Rios, Penny Larson, and Erica Watson.
Yeah. And the band would be Leslie Ann, just Leslie Ann.
L-E-Z-L-E-E.
Yeah.
A-N-N-E.
Yeah.
Ray-N-N.
Very cool. So and very, very good. So, and buy their CD if you have it. We'll get all that information.
Yeah.
But very, very cool. And they
And Leslie Ann herself, we should point out, was the first runner-up in the 2009 Miss Trans New England pageant.
that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
And she'll be entering again this year in 2010.
Yes, so we'll have to all go up there and vote for her.
Oh, definitely.
But but very, very cool. So anyway, that's what we did this weekend, and we're still recovering.
Yes.
But, still putting my house back together.
Still catching up on sleep.
Oh
Yeah,
my
a little
goodness.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still eating leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good.